You know, one of the things that really kept my sanity as I'm a single parent dad, was I loved baseball when I was growing up, and I managed a Little League baseball team for 9 years. I lived in Federal Way, worked in Redmond, and managed a team, and my car during that 7 years was a rolling 7-Eleven. Okay? We spent so much time in it. But that's what's got me through a lot of those challenging times. Again, it's an investment in yourself. So with that, I want to, are there any thoughts? I know I covered a lot of ground. I hope I didn't seem too scattered, okay? But any thoughts?
Do you have any specific advice for an IT-focused thing? Or are there technologies that you perhaps are aware of in physio that might be good for us to start studying on an extracurricular basis?
Yeah, okay, good question. I can tell you that throughout my career, the IT element in my career was a personal interest. I remember the days going back to Apple and having the 5 1/4-inch floppies and sitting up in the library after school, in high school, or on my Apple IIe, just learning stuff in DOS. I did that in my own time, okay? I'm gonna answer your question. Since then, and since then, I mean, I was using Excel back in '85. Okay, I was using Excel. I'm considered an Excel whiz on my job, but that's because that's a personal interest of mine. I saw that as a tool, as a competitive advantage for me, okay? And it saved my bacon more than once over the years in being able to add value to my company, all right? In terms of the IT world, IT is growing at an exponential rate in terms of data and data management. You know, you've heard the stories of, you know, computers were used to be this big, now they can, you know, you have more computer technology in your cell phone than NASA had back in the 60s, okay? So data and data management is growing exponentially. So if there is an area that I would say that's, you want to stay engaged or in tune with, it would be in the areas of data management. Because the more complex things get, the more challenging it's going to be to get what we want out of them. So understanding how data is managed, how data gets put into systems, how data comes out of systems, I think those are the areas that one needs to focus on. Right now, I work in business intelligence. I don't know if folks are familiar with that. Business intelligence is a big thing these days because we have all these enterprise IT systems. People are trying to get established competitive advantage in the business setting. They got all of this stuff that's in this knowledge warehouse. I mean, how do we leverage that? How do we build models that allow us to get to the next level? So I would encourage, and again, I don't know what each one of your disciplines are, but if it's going to be in the IT world, 2 things I would do is, number 1, know your data and get into data management. Understand how data management works. Okay, technology is changing so rapidly, and you're going to want to make sure you're on the right side of that curve. The other thing, that's the hard skills that I would employ. The soft skills is the project management stuff, the people management stuff, the things that we talked about that separates a manager from a leader. It's going to be the combination of those hard skills, those soft skills, managing crucial conversations, knowing where you are on the curve, being a leader versus being a manager, those soft skills complement each other. And it will require a constant reinvention of yourself. There's technology out there that we don't even know exists that's going to be on our doorstep within 2 or 3 years. There's technology that we use and rely upon today that's going to be obsolete in the next 2 or 3 years. So it's going to have to be a continuous learning effort on your part. This is where getting in touch with your peers' value is the most important. Because your peers are going and experiencing the same things you are right now. This person that's following you, he just wants direction. Okay, it's important to understand their needs, but I don't know that they're going to get you to that competitive place that you need to be. That manager out there, man, he's your boss. He's worried about the company. He's worried about maybe looking good to his peers. He may not always have that vested interest in you, because you're a follower in his mind. So where are you going to get that? Here. Clubs like this. Dialogue like this. That's where you develop those soft, important skills. I know that was a long-winded answer. I apologize for that. But again, you know, in the technical skills, absolutely stay on the cutting edge of that, and then in the soft skills. For me, I found that project management was going to be a good leveraging point for me to do that. Okay? Because we're not islands here. And certainly as IT folks, it's not like in the old days where they threw you in a room, blacked out windows, and then you just threw over, you know, magic over the wall. It doesn't work like that anymore.
How
Yeah.
important do you think it is to identify a mentor?
I think it's very important. I think it's very important because the thing that a mentor does is allows. Remember what I was saying earlier about managers look at the bottom line, mentors look at the horizon. Oh, sorry, leaders look at the horizon. It's very important to have a mentor. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys are mentoring me right now. Okay, believe it or not. If this is you in this box, and you have a mentor, your mentor serves in all of this arena. Your mentor is in this whole man. That whole above you, below you, along with you. But he's helping to drive you into a certain direction. So you want to work with your mentors. I mean, because otherwise you're out there trying to discover things on your own. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this mentor helps provide some sense of direction. And if you do have mentors, make them work in all three of these capacities. Okay? So yes, absolutely have a mentor. Yeah.
I have a question. In your bio, you kind of shown that you've kind of come to the technical skills kind of a little later in life, but as you progress through the company, what are the qualities that you have to command the respect from the people who may have had, like, you know, 4 or 5 degrees over you or something?
So, good question. I can tell you for myself, when I went into management, there was a period of my time, and I don't have a timeline there, where everyone that I was in the room with had an advanced degree. They either had a bachelor's degree, they were working towards their master's. I didn't even as much have my associates at the time. All right? So, but I was able to command a certain amount of respect. The way you do that is you got to be confident in your abilities. Okay? You got to be confident. You got to be able to take risks. You got to be humble. Because if you're arrogant, you're out the door. You got to listen twice, talk once. Those are the soft skills that will supersede any technical skills. They will supersede them. Soft skills will get you where you want to go. Technical skills only just get you in the door sometimes. So that's how you can command respect. That's how you can garner trust. Take chances, take risks, be humble, be open. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter. Yeah.
Also, something you haven't mentioned, but knowing you personally, and something I think that adds to this is, honesty. If you don't have an answer, it's okay to tell somebody, you'll get back to them. And I know, like, you're a very honest person. I think that probably helps with that.
Yeah, honesty, integrity, some things that people take for granted. It's so important. So important, yes?
I think it's one point that hasn't been brought up yet. peer reports to a different manager. So your reputation is established not only within your current organization, but also within a different organization, even though you're in the same peer level with that peer. So if maybe that peer will talk to their manager about you, think, gosh, someone does a really great job, this person does excellent work, and that opens up a door for you that you're not expecting.
Absolutely. You know, great point. I'll give you an example. In my company, we're a functional group, and we have product lines. We build defibrillators, right? And we have one group of team of people that work on one product, like the AEDs that you see in hospitals, or I'm sorry, that you see on aircraft and casinos or whatever, or things like
What's
that.
a defibrillator? What is it?
I'm sorry. A defibrillator is an electronic device that is used to jumpstart your heart. So if you, I'm sure you've seen if you watch ER, things like that. So there are things that you see hanging on the wall, like on like a fire extinguisher, but they're yellow boxes. And then we have the bigger ones that are for our hospitals, like on crash launch. Point I was trying to get to there. Does that help? Okay, thanks for that. Point I'm trying to make is, to your point, is that we all work on a different kind of product. I have peers in my group. One of my what I call collateral duties is to serve as a data analyst. So I'm really good at mining production data, and I got to work with IT systems. I develop databases. I do it. I'm a data analyst, right? I didn't go to an army to be a data analyst, by the way. I didn't go to graduate school to be a data analyst, but it's a passion of mine. It's a skill I have, okay? And I enjoy it. I work with my peers. When they need help and they can't get the job done, I help them because we help each other. Word gets back to their boss that says, "Well, geez, Larry, man, he created this Excel macro that what used to take us 3 hours to do, we can do in 3 minutes now. He created this thing that pulls data out of this, and wow. Well, the next thing you know, because managers, all they're gonna want, they just want solutions, okay? But it's the peers beating stuff back up to them, and if you have a good relationship with your peers, you're not competing with your peers, okay? That's why the peer piece is so important, okay? Because when you're working together with your peers, they got your back. You got their back. They know you, and they're gonna go to the managers and stuff like this and say, you know what? Larry is really good at this, or Joe is really good at that. Oh, you know what? Or they're gonna protect you. Say, you know what? I don't know if Susie's the best person or Larry's the best person for that. Okay? So absolutely, to your point, that's what you want to do. You want to have, again, it's all about managing relationships. Did I speak to that well? Okay, for you? Okay. Any other thoughts? Because I do have an activity that I want folks to do. But any other thoughts on what we've covered so far?
I like what you said about how your peers be growing and learning, because change is inevitable. You're always going to have change, so you have to be able to adapt. And I think
Yep.
that was a good comment.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Now, I know from personal experience, you have people that you work with that like to tell you their entire life story, and
Yeah.
a little bit of drama that happens in that. And I'm wondering, from your perspective, where does that line draw between how much of yourself you share with the people that you work with, your peer group, and how much you kind of just keep to yourself? I mean, how far into your life do people get?
Yeah, so a lot of that has to do with the organizational culture of the business unit. I've been in some departments in my company. I've been there a long time, where everyone's talking about how their weekend went. So everyone's going out after work on Monday night to watch Monday Night Football or whatever. So it depends on the dynamics of your environment. Then I've worked in other environments where the only thing they want to talk about is what's the latest thing that we need to implement to get from point A to point B, and how we're doing this project, and let's just stay focused. So it really depends on the environment. What's important there, though, is to know that environment, okay, and adapt to that environment, okay. Leverage the environment. If me coming here today and I found that part of what you guys do is you guys do the mamba dance every time you come in, you just start dancing or doing limbo, and that's what really gets you guys going, before you start your club activities or whatever, then if I'm going to contribute or be a part or get something from that, I have have to adapt. It's when in Rome type. It's a when in Rome type thing. So it really depends on the organizational environment, okay? As in terms of where that line is. It really depends on it. Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, how many folks do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're gonna be leaving, we set the parking meter out there, like $3, push the button and ended up with 20 minutes. And then we
Oh.
put the rest of our change in, and then we got lost, and we were here at 11 o'clock and hit the room at
Okay.
11:20, so I apologize, that's not my usual.
No, that's fine. I'm glad. It's, I mean, Howard, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's so good. I'm glad you were able to be here for the time you were able to join us and found it beneficial.
So,
Thank you.
we should probably, I don't know.
Okay. No grand applause or anything?
No, I just don't want my peers to think that I'm the guy that rolls an hour early.
No, it's all good.
And Mr.
Thank you for
Pizza.
coming.
Thanks for your time today.
Yes, thank you very much.
Great.
Have a great day.
Valuable information.
Okay, appreciate that. Okay, how are others doing on time? Let me go ahead and ask that question right now.
It's 12, the peaches should be here anytime, so you're.
Oh, yeah, because this is pretty laid back.
Okay.
So, what I'd like for, how many people we got? 1, 2, no, I said that before, 2 people bailed on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, I'd like for you to get in 3 groups of 6.
Hey, compassion, I love you in your group. You're amazing.
I guess we got 6 right here.
That's 4 of us.
That was me.
Emphasize the seriousness of this.
Hopefully my math is good. Does everyone have something to write with? I know that's
No, I
Okay.
just remembered all this stuff on my group. You guys want to do 5 minutes or anything? Just jump forward.
Yeah, that's good.
Seems appropriate not to have my back anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we can, a couple people can join on and pick up with the other groups, that's fine. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these or not, I'm still kind of working it through in my head, so I'm gonna just stick those there. Should be these 6
Will we be
there.
able to share one pen?
Actually, okay, who's minus a writing instrument?
Really
Yeah,
good
see?
information.
Wow, there you go.
Really prepared. I didn't know.
Okay.
I don't get the cool one. Anybody got a pen or pencil?
Does everyone have something to write with?
Borrow?
Does anyone have extra pens that they want to donate to the community cause on this table?
One more.
I have one pen.
Have
an extra one?
We are going to need something to write with.
How many pens do we need?
We still need something to write with. Everybody got something to write with? Okay, we're all good here?
I lost one, but I don't know who's.
No, you can have that one.
Okay.
Does everyone have something to write with?
Well, delivering to a school.
Is your friend coming back? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Did you hear that joke about
So you guys have pizza every Friday? I need to just come here for one.
I know, they started with the series here, I know.
Sounds like, wow.
Extra enticement for us.
Yeah.
Last time I called him, the guy who talked to was an idiot, and the driver of those, he went to the right room, but
We talked that, like,
be pretty easy for us.
Yeah, Willows Road,
Yeah.
down near Totem Lake. Yep, right across the street from Willows Run Golf Course, right over there, or over Lake Church. Right down
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yep.
I also did a little stint consulting stuff here.
Oh, really? In what capacity? I mean,
Probably, well, he's a data architect,
what's his name?
Myers Tourmeister.
How long ago?
Several years ago.
There's a guy that director of IT there, his name's Matt Quinn. You might know that.
Well, that wouldn't be very fun for you.
It's interesting, it's a small world. I tell folks that I know that. I think we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this.
Okay, everybody.
What are we doing?
Teacher, I mean.
All right. So what I like for you to do, and I'm not sure how this is going to work because I haven't done it. This is a little different than what I've done in the past. But you guys should have some index cards, and go ahead and write your name on one side of it. Okay. All right. So just keep those aside. We won't need them anymore until at the end. So just hold on to them for the time being. Now, what I'd like for us to do is each of you all, if you don't know each other right now, you will by the time we're done. Okay. And that is, I want you to think of a time in your life, right? Something that was really fun for you, something that a story basically, of something that gives you good memories, whatever, like maybe it's your first date. Maybe it's the day you walked got your first new car. Maybe it's something great that your child had done. You went to their first baseball game, okay? Maybe it was a promotion you got on your job, okay? Or it could be anything. Maybe it could have been going to a sporting event. Something that was a good time in your life, okay? All right? Do we all have a story in mind?
How many?
How many stories? We can, you know what? We can do this as long as you like. You can tell us all about it, No, actually, you only need one story. You just need one story, okay? Now, for 1 minute, you get to tell that story to the people at your table. All right? During that 1 minute, the rest of you, as you're listening to the story, I want you to observe that person. See what sort of qualities they exude. Okay? Are they coming out really confident? Are they really, they're really passionate about it? Just whatever characteristics, when we were talking about characteristics earlier, whatever characteristics about that person that seems to kind of flow out of them as a result of their telling that story. Does that make sense? Okay? Every person is going to have a minute to tell their story. On your other piece of paper, your larger piece of paper, write that person's name and write down, as they're telling their story, we want to write their name down and write down that one characteristic. Okay? You need more paper?
So one person's gonna talk for a minute, give a story,
Right.
and then all the rest of us are gonna write just one thing about them. We do
Yep,
this?
just one thing that stood out to you about that person as they were telling that story. And as far as the cards go, you only needed to write your name on and just put them aside after that. You won't need them anymore until we get to the, so here's some paper. Okay, so yeah, just give one sheet to each person or whatever. And yeah, let's make sure you're not writing on the cards right now because we're going to use those later. Okay.
Do you want us to hold the card up while we're saying the story?
Well, you're going to need to let everyone know your name so that they can write down. So you keep track exactly.
So these are pieces of paper we use to write down.
Yeah, the one.
Yep. We're ready.
Okay, so you got a minute? Okay, and it's gonna get a little noisy in here, so
Who wants to go first?
determine who wants to go first. Okay, go ahead, begin.
My name's Compassion.
Introduce yourself too, so that they can write your name. Huh? Just one or two. Any one or two things that stood out about that person as they were telling that story.
Family on a
Okay.
cross-country road trip all the way to New York. And I went from state to state and visited all kinds of amazing different places, different communes.
So, my name's
And saw the Statue of Liberty.
That Brian mentioned now that we're in the last day
I missed all the
of
great
speaker
things.
series.
I think we crossed over to night or something. This was a lot of fun.
Introducing this club.
And we did school along the way for additional states.
Like
So I was very experienced. It's probably.
So we had probably about the same amount of people in the classroom. And
I've always wanted to get on my drive Boston.
And I love road trips, and so that's why I guess I think Cincinnati always loves those road trips. I would sit up at night with them and drive. We had a big huge bus, so I would just take turns being the co-pilot.
Three of the people from the class had gotten up and brought a board, Brian, thank you, plaque.
Where's that it?
And
He's waiting.
just told me thank you.
My name's Tanya.
But they had made one for me and I was totally not expecting it. And so
My 5-year-old nephew, I don't have any children. They're married.
that was a really
So every year I take him to Supercross. He loves motorcycles, and he's almost 6.
At this point, you should be going to the next person that's supposed to speak. Make sure that you capture one thing that you found distinctive about the person, when the first person that was delivering.
And his
One
wife
thing that
is
stood
laughing.
out about
Take him to
Ryan.
Supercross, at Westfield, and does that.
Okay, should be going on to the
And
next
it's just so
person.
crazy, because I remember, you park a million miles away, and then you have to carry him, and I forgot about that. He can't really walk very well, and he was so heavy, but I mean, we got a little bike, and it was so much fun, and then I carried him back to the car, and I remember just sitting there, because he'd fallen asleep, and then, he'd run around, like, how the most thing I ever wanted. I don't know why I thought I could do that, but now he loves it, now he looks forward to it, and it's fun, but I remember the first time I got back in the car, across from wherever, up to $20 million parking. And I was just like, ready to call it a day. I like shut the door, locked the door.
There's more recent, the company that I work at,
But
Stuff Splash Consulting.
definitely, that's we do that every year now. It's so fun. Going super. He's like my little boy.
I'm kind of
He's 5.5.
support person,
Kindergarten.
answering emails a lot of times for mainly about Android specific issues for
Thursday nights are our nights.
and then on the side I do other projects and stuff. So
Since I won't have children, probably it's like.
for a good part of developers and stuff, occasionally come to me with those projects and stuff to do.
And then
Sarah.
To make this,
a really cool experience, a good experience.
make our encoder a little bit more.
So, my name's Chase. And my cool experience was with my two boys when they first learned.
So I was with my friends.
Flexible for a lot of different platforms.
Was full of excitement.
And after a long time
Because
of
like all the days, the school days I spent with my parents.
finding time
And the same thing with my
myself,
boys.
everything else I had to do.
Then my same
Finally
age,
had
and
this
I
big chunk of
enjoyed
time where I was
conservative.
like, I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah.
And then
So-
the whole week
So I was
of
like,
trying to
outside
do
the
it,
mountains,
It was,
it was good.
I was able to
When my two boys.
to improve our encoding, our video encoding formula, to
So then they wanted to learn how too.
be able to play on more platforms, as well as not squish the image based on what their aspect ratio was. So something that I was excited about that came out of that is our company does this weird be called
she was
Animal of the
just
Week
8 years old at the time,
for
and
Monday
she was
morning
competing
meetings.
with,
So
like, seniors.
they
She won the study.
and basically
We had,
that means
15
anybody.
minutes of
It's
fame,
kind of like
we were,
the
like, a
employee of the month, but it's
newspaper,
employee of the
weeks,
And so I got
we were being
Animal of
interviewed
the Week
by, you know,
for that week.
so that's
And
fun.
a $10 gift.
She was 8 and she was a senior.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, like
really
a
funny.
mystery.
Oh, wow. She won?
So,
Yes, she was.
Wow.
And the
How
thing
old is
is,
she now?
well,
She's
she,
MIT.
no, she's studying, she goes to UW, studying media and communication. What else?
I think you must be very proud.
Oh, yes. But then, for some reason, when they, she became a teenager.
What, we
Yeah.
say our names?
Oh, yeah.
Or what?
That's
Those are
Hey,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
My stepson.
Anyways, I used to live story when I got my first job when I was
Or you need
in
someone
high
that's
school. I
all-
was 16. Just got my driver's license, which was pretty surreal. There's a charm on the road. I worked for QVC for my first job.
But I'll just talk about
Okay.
something recent. Last weekend, I've been in a class,
Oh, jeez.
and we've been doing
Okay.
and they allowed us
We have an extra
to do different pieces of this
Anyways,
theme.
thank you.
And
Worked for
there's
QFC. I
performance that
remember
we
the first day getting in
all
my truck
our
in
teams
the
all
parking lot,
together
walking up to the front of the
and
store.
try
and,
to, since we all
I don't know, this
had
overwhelming
express
feeling came
our
over me.
pieces of the theme. There was like,
This, like, I was super excited.
there was like 6 of us
Happy.
painting a different part of the theme, and another team painting another part. And
Ready to
and we
start working.
and then we
and,
put it together as a
the
huge
first,
wall
after the
thing.
first couple weeks, getting my first
And then we
paycheck.
started like taking all the different canvases.
Quite exciting,
and,
so it got me hooked in.
and seeing how they should be laid together based on the different themes. And it was amazing how the colors started to flow. We all didn't even.
2 weeks in, and got paid for it.
Yeah, really.
This was a church.
Takes 2 weeks.
So we were doing in the beginning with creation. So we had people doing galaxies and star people doing another set doing creation of the earth. And with their interpretation.
I kind of missed all your guys' names, but I listened to this
Oh
stuff.
gosh, the action, the colors started to flow and the whole, it was quite cool. It was really quite cool. Yeah, when we, last weekend, we started to videotape it so we could make a CD and start to see if we could, and maybe take it to different places and exhibition, or even do it at Edmonds, when they do their art night. It was very fun and very expressive, and it was just amazing to see how it all started to come together. Oh, yeah, it was very fun. What's your name? Oh, I'm sorry, my name is R-I-K-A. That's good, thank you. Well, the few people don't get to see it.
Are we doing over here? Just what?
I'm Rebecca, and
Oh,
I have an 8-year-old.
See, okay. So how many more folks do you have left for me to go through?
3 more.
And
3 more? Okay, that's fine.
science.
I wonder if we should.
Love going around and looking for garbage things and photos, and I bring out some people, but we just
Okay.
looking at it.
I'll let you drive that. If we need to
And
stop to
looking
eat
for
and then
animals.
come back to this, we can.
It's just a lot of fun.
As soon as pizza gets here.
It's actually, it's here.
We try to think of one specific time that we can
Bring
other
out
categories, all of our adventures and looking for animals and the excitement we feel when
once
we
we get
spot
them,
something.
once we stop.
We went for a walk down on the trail here.
It's gratifying moment.
Do you live locally around
Just
here?
here. Oh, it's just very close. And he's
Pretty
calling
good.
it good.
We're not allowed to.
I'm sorry.
No, this is the most important.
So,
They were
I
on.
guess,
So, but anyways, spotted an otter, and he said, "Oh, it's an otter." And of course, they ran across the land, but it was there. I saw it. So just the excitement, enthusiasm that you get from your child.
Yeah.
My name is
You
Mason.
learn a lot.
If you don't know, you should because.
Or even the
Children are amazing. No, I love this, yeah.
And I also.
I can be so
learned that
depressed, and I see my nephew, and he just runs to me and smiles, and it's all gone. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's just amazing how this one little thing can like make you
Anyways.
so happy and change everything around.
We still work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, have you guys read this? I just read this song, I've heard it.
Yeah, Joy snowboarding another side. I have to
To
take.
the world, you maybe one person. Oh, yeah, one person, you maybe
I
one
had
child.
Yeah.
It was just a little sign I saw.
Oh, sign, I think that's all.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
just stuck with me this week. And it could be a child, it could be anything.
Yeah.
By teaching
I
them
like that, I like that.
ski basically with the snowboard, which doesn't exactly work because snowboard.
So what do we do next?
I think there's still a few couple of groups that are there. Look over what you've written about each person, ensure that you've kind of captured a quality about that person, okay? More than just what did they say, but just what quality that really comes through in that person as they were telling their story.
I tried to do switch riding. I set up my board for switch riding, but I never liked riding. So I always go back to goofy. What's going on there? It was fun. Yes.
Yeah. So she brings me out, I kid you not, this one okay, so here's me. I've got this box, I kid you not, it's like this big, various box. I have a big thing of vegetables, and I have this 20-pound jerk. I have to carry this and get this bigger box. And it's, what, half a mile to the intersection? So I'm sitting there.
You like to
Okay, my name is John Silver.
Just got a couple.
Couple of years ago, I went down to Kentucky.
So,
I watched the other group.
Now it is.
virus here has been happening.
We got up to about the 9,000-foot level, took another
Now I have to be across the
24 hours
intersection.
period of winter.
So I can get on the bus. I'm like this, you know, just,
And the next day we started the ascent. We thought we were gonna be the only ones on the top.
and I'm like, got it up, bouncing up
Got up
against
to
the
the
wall,
top,
you know,
so
shaking
up
and
to the top
everything.
early in
I was
the
like,
morning.
yeah,
and
I
there
just
was
crossed the
an
sidewalk.
entire women's truck.
Here comes the sirens and the ambulance.
Oh, no.
And you're like this, oh my God. Dude, we
It was a
couldn't
total
think
surprise to see
Oh my
20
God,
people
kidding me.
sitting
So
around.
I'm just more shaking.
Three
I'm
buses
walking,
and
and some lady
people
has
across
pulled
the
her
top.
across the crosswalk, and I'm like, come up to her like this, and she's going, she's
Then if
smiling,
anybody
and
knows
she
anything
backs
about
up.
that,
Back to the vehicle.
there's about 3,000 foot
Okay, so
slide
finally,
from the top
I get to one bench,
down
and I'm moving,
to a
jerking
certain
my feet
plastic
from one
bag
bench to the
and
other
it
bench.
was
Bus comes, I was like, how am I gonna get this on the bus?
So
Fully
hopefully
loaded bus
one of the
rush
biggest
hour.
ride ever.
I kid you not.
That's
Sometimes
normal.
my mom says, okay, you want to take the bus, you take the bus.
You okay?
Get it on the bus. And I'm like in the aisle with the food, surrounded by food, and I'm rocking and rolling on this bus. I'm trying to, it was Westcott. And I'm like, I just want to traffic sign out. So okay, I get on the bus. And I'm not far from the rear door. So I'm just pulling this box up like this, and I get past 2 steps, and I'm about going through the door. Bus driver closing the door on me.
Oh,
I can't keep this small. And some guys first. Bus driver, open the back door. Bus driver started to pop like, open the back door. See, my son guy said, open the rear door. The bus driver, oh, opens the rear door. What class? So I get scared of these blocks and stuff. Get in the elevator.
Are we ready? You guys are done here?
Yeah.
You guys are done here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of us are running low on time.
Okay, all right.
Right?
We'll finish this.
Some guys.
So actually, I'll tell you guys what to do next. What I'd like you to do with your cards